Good morning from Mormon's Overlook. Some good views this morning. I am bundled up. It was cold again last night and super windy. You probably kind of hear it now. My tent blew over twice from wind gusts. That's part of the trekking pole life. You know, it's not a freestanding tent. And it was not the four corners of the tent, but the two main posts. And yeah, tip for anyone using trekking pole tents in windy weather, really weigh those down. So yeah, I just put rocks on them. Put the stakes in the ground, but then put rocks on the stakes. And yeah, they held for the rest of the night, but it was windy. It was very windy last night and cold again. Yeah, check the temps. It said it was down to like 40 and felt like 30 with the wind coming in. It's blowing me over right now. I'm not sure if this is still remnants of the hurricane, but yeah, since last Friday, and it is Wednesday now, weather has just been cold and windy and rainy, with a few exceptions. But yeah, so I got well, new plans today. Elise actually works not too far from the end of Shenandoah and Waynesboro, so I'm actually going to meet up with her tonight, and she's going to pick me up at the end of Shenandoah, and we're going to go spend the night in Waynesboro. We're not sure if there's going to be like another time we're going to see each other before the end, so this just worked out. So at this point, I only have like 15 miles till the end of the day for me. And then I'm gonna get picked up. Gonna go get some, I don't know, we're gonna go out to eat and stay at a motel. So that is the plan for today, but hey, check out those views. Really good today. And you can see the river right there in the back corner. That's kind of what this overlook's known for, but yeah, I'm gonna be cold, windy, blustery. I got gloves on. My rain jacket just really has a wind jacket, and yeah, it feels cold today. So here's what the trail looks like today. Nothing crazy, similar to previous days. I will say, if you're doing the AT in Shenandoah, take some of the little road walks on Skyline Drive to the overlooks. So the AT crisscrosses Skyline Drive tons of times, and a lot of time you're really close to a nice overlook. So I'll put some pictures into the overlooks I stopped at today. Yeah, it's worth it because they're usually wide open. Yeah, it started to warm up a little bit. You can see I'm not in a rain layer for wind anymore. So that's good. I did check the weather. It looks like it's going to be pretty warm the next few days, maybe even get into the 70s. And then over the weekend, it's going to drop again. With lows in the 30s, and that's in town, so depending on where I'm at, I'm sure it'll get pretty cold. So yeah, this is a pretty intense cold spell for early October in Virginia, so I'm really glad I have my warm weather stuff. And yeah, I'd be pretty miserable if I still had the stuff I started out with. The 20-degree bag. I've needed the hot drinks in the morning, coffee. I've needed the extra layers and the better puffy jacket. I've needed the gloves and hat. Yeah, I made the right call in getting that as a southbounder in late September. Get all my cold weather stuff, So yeah, nothing else. Oh, there's been a really long water carry. There hasn't been water for over 11 miles. So there's a shelter up here, Calf Mountain Shelter. I'm not going to go to the shelter because it's 0.3 off and I don't need to stay there. But there's a spring on the way to the shelter. I'm going to stop there. But yeah, I'm pretty much dry at this point and a few miles out. But yeah, when it's colder, I'm not sweating as much. I'm not drinking as much. So I can get by on these water carries. But yeah, pretty long stretch, over 11 miles without water. Just ran into a few other southbound hikers. For one of them, he was really focused on finishing before November, which means like 30 plus mile days all the way to Springer Mountain in Georgia. I've looked it up once or twice, like what I'd have to average, but it's not like super on my mind right now. I think I just want to enjoy this. I mean, who knows, you might never get another long distance hike ever. Like, this could be it. So I don't have a deadline that I have to be back for. I'm just trying to enjoy this, but the countdown is for real for a lot of southbounders right now, which is crazy because there's still like 800 something miles left, I think. But at this point, everyone's doing 20-ish miles a day. You know, you're looking at like a month and a half left, which is, that goes by quick out here. Yeah, I thought I'd share that because, you would think that, I don't know if most people would think that southbounders in Shenandoah are already starting to plan out when they're going to finish, but it is very much on the minds of people out here. Not as much me. I'm just like, I don't want this to creep into December when it maybe will start getting too cold, but I want to enjoy this and take my time and not get hurt. And yeah, I don't have a firm date that I want to finish by, so we will see. I'm sure it will be sometime in November, but that's a long ways from now. I am officially out of Shenandoah National Park, into Rockfish Gap, and Elise is gonna pick me up somewhere. So, and of course, the best weather I think of the entire week is the last half of my last day, but I did get a few pictures and good hiking and good weather, so it wasn't all bad weather. But yeah, today it's a great weather day. Not the best view, but you can tell the weather's really good. Yeah, so not much more else to say. Out of Shenandoah, it was great. Yeah, just gonna get picked up by Elise. We're gonna go get food and then find a place to stay for the night.